Miriam, we have to apologize. Oh, now, okay. Well, just so the audience at home knows, because the whole first half of the show, the clap track that we would normally never use was down, but there's an usher strike, and so of course you're aware of.
Oh yes.
There's no real audience, so sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh well, you know, they're in my mind.
Okay. Yeah. It's good to meet you, Miriam.
Oh, thank you, thank you. It's nice to meet all of you.
Yes. I don't know. Camera people are going crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I have that effect.
So you make and sell hats near the Fashion Mall?
I certainly do.
Ooh, that's a lovely hat box.
Well, actually, it's my purse.
Oh,
That's a big purse.
yeah.
Well, I'm a big girl. See, I have everything I need in my checkbook, my wallet, my makeup, a little lipstick for that refresher.
But wouldn't people normally think that would be a hat box? Is that just your gimmick? Is that
That's it. You're on to me, Bill.
the Mad Hatter?
The Mad Hatter.
What other kind of purse would a Mad Hatter have but a hat box?
You see, it just goes like this. This is Felicia.
Felicia's the name.
I name my hat boxes, my purses, my hat boxes.
Wow.
So it's a female hat box.
Oh, all of my hat boxes are female. Yeah, male hat boxes are they just don't appreciate the aesthetics the way female hat boxes do.
Right. So the Mad Hatter. Now that brings me back to that was it the Disney
Alice in
film.
Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland. It's not even Disney. It's just a psychodrama, in cartoon form.
Oh, I made that up.
Oh, you came up with that whole thing.
That's just mine. I mean, Disney may have borrowed it, but it's mine.
Huh.
Well, I beg to differ. What about Lewis Carroll, who wrote the Alice stories, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass?
Who?
Lewis Carroll.
Lewis. Did he make hats?
No, the hats aren't.
No. He was a writer and a drug addict.
Oh, well. I probably should know him then, but I just don't.
Well, and when I say psychodrama, I'm not saying it's like psychedelia drama. I mean, I just shortened it. Because I know he was a drug abuser or user, depending on how you see things.
No, that's a shame. He probably never had a decent hat in his whole life.
Well, probably not, because I'm sure the books didn't really cash in for him till after his demise. I mean, you know how it is for artists for the most part.
He probably wore hats, though, because,
yes.
after a night of indulging in whatever substances he would indulge in and writing, the next morning his hair was probably just not presentable, so he probably threw a hat on, maybe an Oxford University cap or something.
Oh, those are lovely.
What is your favorite hat? I mean, we're talking about, you seem to like the Oxford University hat, but what would be your favorite
Well,
hat?
my favorites change. I have to say that my current favorites are part of my new IBH French line.
IBH.
Impossibly big hat.
Oh,
Whoa.
That would be hard to say. So
Yeah.
IBH is very nice.
Say what you want about the French. They retreat first before anyone else in a war. They're rude, they're insolent, but they know how to dress.
Sure, I don't dispute.
My new impossibly big hat line for spring '96 is based on the French pattern. You never fail with a French pattern. I'd like
French
to bring
patterns
some
are
out.
good.
Can we get a hat thrown out here into the ring?
Oh, I have some.
Oh, you have them with you. I'm sorry.
Now, this one, I'm starting with the more casual one. This is my country hat. This I would recommend for any little trip through the country, say horseback riding, touring in a motor car, that kind of thing.
French countryside or just any countryside?
Now, look at this. Now,
Ooh la la.
look at the jaunty angle.
Je ne sais quoi?
Yes, absolutely. I wore this the last time I went out to AMO. You would not believe the response I got.
I'm sorry, I'm AMO. I'm not.
It's out in western Hendricks County, you know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Simple country people, they just loved me. They sold me so many lovely things. Just lovely. I got an ostrich eggs for only $700. Should be hatching any time.
There's a steal.
Yes, you see this, I think, if you're riding through the countryside, this would be the perfect hat to have on. Whether you're in a car, on horseback, in a carriage.
Motorcycle, I don't know, because it has a big brim. It might blow off unless you really tie it down.
That's true. Now, you can tie it down.
Make sure that everybody can see the bows around the...
Bows knows sports.
Can you see the bows?
Delicacy. That's the whole thing behind my hat line is delicacy.
You know, my favorite hat is the Cat in the Hat hat. I mean, I don't have one. I've seen them around, but in the book, I like the way it's drawn, and I like the style for the.
Well, that would be a stovepipe.
Stovepipe. Oh.
Abraham Lincoln and the Cat in the Hat.
But the Cat in the Hat had like red and white, and Abe had just that black thing. Very depressing.
He was a plain, simple man.
Morose.
No, right. Now, I really see you in this, Bill.
Oh, really?
Mind? Just put that on. I actually haven't seen it on anyone else. Oh, isn't it charming?
It really
Does
works.
it really jazz me up?
Oh, it does.
I'm feeling jazzed.
Oh, there you go. Oh, I love it. Now, of course, you are going to be the first to see my best hat ever.
Oh, your best hat. I mean, I bet that's something really special. If that's not your best.
Oh, no. You can wear this hat to any formal occasion. Bar mitzvahs, weddings, funerals, coronations.
When you say you, is that like...
That's the overall you.
Okay, just in general.
The royal you.
All right.
All right, now here it is.
Oh.
See? Isn't this simply splendid? Look at this. Particularly good with red hats, I must say.
I'm almost jealous.
Now look, you see the French, this is a French style, however, you get a little close-up look and you see that it has a thistle on it, which is, of course, for Scotland.
A thistle.
It's a thistle.
Thistle.
So it's a Scottish-French hat. You know, the French and the Scots are old-time allies, you know.
Well, so, I was watching Braveheart, and weren't the French little weasels, and they came up and helped the British to try to beat the Scottish?
No, the French really weren't involved in that at all, Bill.
Well, I know the king was going down to France quite a bit to chat him up and try to like marry off his son to the daughter down there, but the son was such a flake, and he couldn't control the Scots when the king was, you know, so
that's right.
Braveheart.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, I think Mel Gibson would have been a lot better if he'd had a hat.
Especially with all that hair he had. I mean, you know.
The hair was marvelous,
well,
but
the hair,
hat would just set it off, you know.
I suppose.
So you see, now, I think you could wear this to just about any kind of formal occasion. Don't you think so, Dave?
Yeah.
You know, it's too bad we didn't have you on the show earlier because Easter's just been, you know, is in the past now. And these would have been lovely Easter.
Easter is my big time.
I expect so.
Miriam, have you met Bettina?
Right.
Oh, Bettina.
This is Bettina Higgins. She's hostess of Country Music Jamboree.
Oh, hello.
One of our favorite shows here on Public Access.
Perhaps you'd like to wear my hat.
Oh, it looks good on her.
Doesn't it? Oh, it's lovely. Yes. Now, anyone who's interested in finding my hat, you can find my van very close to the Fashion Mall.
So
now, I noticed that this has feathers on it. From what kind of exotic bird are those feathers?
Pigeons.
Pigeons.
Big pigeons.
Wow.
They're kind of mutant pigeons.
All right.
Oh, this one obviously from an Angora pigeon.
Oh, you know your pigeons.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I'm a pigeon financier.
Are you?
Yes. Yes.
That's just simply marvelous.
Yeah, it's tearing me up inside. Miriam, we appreciate you stopping by. Well, we only have a couple minutes before the end of the show, but let me ask you a question. So the van's out there by the Fashion Mall. Can we tell the viewers what color it is, or about where you usually park, or the plate number, anything so they can really pinpoint you out there?
Well, I have to move around a lot. We won't go into why, but it's usually purple.
A purple van, Keystone Fashion Mall area, up by that pizza, the Chicago Pizza Classic joint. Uno's Pizzeria is up that way. Pottery Barn is up there somewhere on the north side.
Yeah.
And also Miriam, the Mad Hatter, her purple van, and you can't miss it, I'm sure.
And this is another note. Apparently, you tried to get a vanity plate from the Bureau of Motor Vehicles that said Mad Hatter on it, but the closest she could get was KG9463. Yeah, so KG9463, purple van.
That's pretty close. And again, we're apologizing on behalf of the Digression Show about this damn usher strike. It's in day 16 right now. Hopefully they'll come to a conclusion before our next filming 1 week from now. So, you know, if you had tickets, feel free to try to come in next week, and we'll see if we can get you in. And, you know, maybe we'll get a scab usher in, you know, and try to get through the line.
I could do scab hats.
Scab hats, sure. Maybe a hard helmet or something.
Oh, very nice.
So, but we appreciate you tuning in.
And as a token of our appreciation, Miriam, I'd like to just give you the page of notes that we took for this show.
Oh.
If you hand me the pen, I'll autograph it for you.
Sure.
Put
Because
it in
it
my
is Dave.
purse. Just put it right in Felicia.
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, folks, for tuning in again.
Say something though. These hats that might have worked well for Braveheart.
Right.
The director of Braveheart won an Oscar and was paid.
Okay. Sure.
Your point being?
You said something earlier in the show that you weren't going to pay your director.
Well, we can't. I mean, the bylaws of American cable don't allow us to pay directors.
And besides, we don't want to.
I guess that's the bottom line, you know. I mean, we were on TV. We couldn't just come across and say, hey, we don't want to pay the director. That makes us look bad.
Hat has a patch, you know, sewn onto it.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's not comfortable. So she would steal my underwear, sew these patches on it, and then sneak it back into my apartment.
Well, Dave, I'm sorry I had her on. We gotta go, but sorry for the torment. See you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.